Geronimo Stilton, The Cat Gang, Part 3. The police have constructed a large, heavy-duty net. Mayor Fuzzy Paws explained. When I give the word, they will throw the net over the giant cat and catch him. Of course, the plan didn't work. The giant cat walked right through the net without blinking an eye. The police went home discouraged and empty-pawed, and the robbers continued to steal from more banks. Finally, I had to do something about the situation. My dear nephew must have been thinking the same thing, because later that day he called me. I have an idea, he said. We all met at my house. Of course, this included my sister Thea, Benjamin, Bugsy Wugsy, and Red Paparazzi, who by now was part of the team. We sat around the table talking. I tried my best to concentrate, but my mind kept wandering. I had brought some cheesy donuts at the Stop and Squeak, and I couldn't take my eyes off them. Would it be rude to be the first to start munching? I was still drooling over the donuts when Benjamin began to squeak. We know the giant cat isn't real, Benjamin explained. It's a hologram. But the thieves don't know we know their secret. So all we have to do is surprise them. Suddenly, I wasn't thinking about the donuts anymore. Surprise them, I stammered. Did I mention how much I hate surprises? Don't worry, Uncle Geronimo, Benjamin replied, giving me a kiss. We'll be okay. I melted. How could I say no to my sweet nephew? Benjamin took out a map. I marked all the banks in the city on this map, he explained. There are 10 altogether. So far, the thieves have broken into 5 of those banks. That means there are 15 banks left, Red Paparazzi interrupted. I'm good with math. Bugsy rolled her eyes. You need to subtract, not add, she corrected him. There were 10 banks and they already robbed 5. That means there are 5 left. I knew that, Red said, turning as red as his hair. 10 minus 5 equals 5. Any mouselet knows that one. Anyway, Benjamin continued, there are 5 banks left to watch. So I drew a line from all the banks that have been robbed to all the ones left. The outline formed a shape. Can you tell me what it is? Benjamin spread the map on the table and we all stared at it. It's the face of a cat, Red Paparazzi shouted. I'm good with pictures. This time he was right. Exactly, Benjamin agreed. The cat is the symbol of the gang of robbers. So if the thieves are going to finish the cat design, then we just have to figure out which bank they will hit next, Bugsy added. I shivered. This plan was getting more fur-raising by the minute. Oh, what a rodent's nightmare. Then, just when I thought things couldn't get any scarier, they did. Aunt Thea, can you and Uncle Geronimo please follow the robber's van with your motorcycle? Benjamin asked sweetly. My daredevil sister Thea was happy to help. When do we leave? She squeaked excitedly. I felt faint. Forget the cat gang. Riding on Thea's motorcycle was way more terrifying. I think I'm getting sick, I stammered. Maybe I should stay behind. But no one was listening. After you spot the van, Bugsy and I, along with Professor Von Volt, will take action, Benjamin was saying. Professor Von Volt was coming? I started to ask Benjamin if the professor could take my place on Thea's motorcycle, but Thea interrupted. There's only one problem with your plan, Benjamin, my sister said. You see, even if we are able to find the cat gang van, and if we are able to figure out which bank they will strike next, we will have no idea when they will strike. Benjamin grinned. That would be true, Aunt Thea, if Bugsy hadn't checked the days and the hours of the robbery. She discovered they follow a pattern. Bugsy showed us the chart. It listed the names of the banks robbed and the date and the time of each robbery. Holy cheese! There was a pattern. The next robbery would be on Wednesday the 24th at 5 p.m. and so at 4:45 p.m. on Wednesday we put Operation Catch the Cat Gang in motion. Sounds nice. Benjamin, Bugsy and Red Paparazzi stayed with Professor Von Volt while Thea and I got on her motorcycle. Ready, Jerry Berry? My sister asked. I was ready, all right, ready to jump off that scary motorcycle, run home and hide under the covers. But what could I do? Sure, I muttered, holding on for dear life. Oh, how I hate motorcycles. So do I. With a roar, the bike zigzagged through the streets of the city. Even though I know Thea is a skilled driver, I kept my eyes closed the whole time. It took us 10 minutes to complete the run between Ratford Federal and Capitol Cheese Bank. But when we reached the place where we had started, we still hadn't spotted the van, and it was 5 p.m. exactly. We're going to have to do that again, Thea declared, and this time try keeping your eyes open, Jerrykins. Oops, maybe that's why I hadn't spotted the van. We took off again at an alarming speed. I was scared, squeakless. Still, I practiced taking some deep breaths and forced myself to remain calm. It worked. Just then, I spotted the van. Thea called Professor Von Volt and the others to let them know we had found the van. Then we went back to the front of the bank. I could hardly believe my eyes. The van was there, parked on the side street, and judging by the beam of light that came from the side facing the bank, they were already projecting the cat inside the building. Before long, Professor Von Volt arrived with Benjamin, Red, and Bugsy. The professor was also driving a van which he parked in front of the bank. I was a nervous wreck, but the professor was relaxed. Let's wait until they finish the robbery, he said with a chuckle. How could the professor remain so calm? By now, my fur was standing on end. A few minutes later, the door to the bank flew open and the 4 robbers strode out. They were followed by the terrifying cat. Even though I knew he wasn't real, my heart began to pound like crazy. Remain calm, the professor yelled to passers-by. It's only an optical illusion. Still, everyone near the bank took off, and I'm embarrassed to say I hid behind Red Paparazzi and his camera. Give up now, Professor Von Volt yelled at the robber rats. We know that cat isn't real. The leader just glared at us. Oh yeah, he smirked. Is this real enough for you? Just then the cat let out a blood-curdling meow that sent shivers down my spine. Meow. Professor Von Volt smiled. Not bad for a kitty, he commented. But we brought a real cat. All of a sudden, a tiger twice the size of a cat appeared. The tiger opened its massive jaws and roared. The cat gang took off with their tails behind their backs. What a sight. Even I had to laugh. Of course, I knew our tiger was fake. The first time I had met him was at Professor Von Volt's lab. The next day, Red Paparazzi's photos were all over the front page of the Rodents Gazette. Cat gang captured, the headline declared. The papers practically flew off the shelves. I was so happy the bad guys were behind bars and I could finally relax in my cozy mouse hole and enjoy the beautiful autumn leaves, or maybe the spring flowers, or the wintry snow-capped mountains. That's right, I can enjoy all 4 seasons at once. Hope you enjoyed the story. Geronimo Stilton and the Cat Gang.